All painting, my father said, is a process of seeing. At first, there is only light and chaos, Nicholas. Colors, shapes, slowly and emergent, and at last, you see. You never met him, my father. The closest he got to your island, a painting he made, looking toward it. But because of him, and because of that painting, I found you and the meaning of my life.
Four Letters of Love is a best-selling 1997 novel by Niall Williams, and it's Williams himself who has written the script for this big-screen adaptation. This isn't always good news, though. Authors don't always know what's best for their stories when they get turned into cinema. They can sometimes, as that opening monologue from the film suggests, be more in love with their own voices than those of their characters. The scene is the picturesque west of Ireland, and an island off the Galway coast. It's 1971, but it could just as easily be 1961 or 1931. Gabriel Byrne plays the local school teacher, also a poet, and he wooed his wife, played by Helena Bonham Carter, with his love poetry more than 30 years earlier. Their son, played by Donald Finn, has some kind of seizure that renders him semi-paralysed and mute, and his spirited sister Izzy, Anne Skelly, is sent over the water to a convent school where she falls for the first boy she meets, played by Ferdia Walsh Pilo. This is a concern, of course, for her parents.
I don't know, I feel something's happening.
Well, that would be probable.
You're useless. You're a completely useless man. You know that.
I do. Listen to me. Lord, how you worry. You worry when she's here. You worry when she's not here. That's what you do. That's how you love her.
Meanwhile, in Dublin, a government man, played by Pierce Brosnan, hears the voice of God and the call of the West to go and grow his hair and become an artist, leaving his baffled wife and abandoned teenage son Nicholas, Fionn O'Shea. Eventually, tragedy forces Nicholas to chase after his father, bringing him ever closer to Izzy, who is his destiny. The big question is, will they meet before it's too late? Nicholas is a budding poet himself, a stand-in for the author perhaps, and the film embraces Ireland's creative contradictions. It loves poetry and art, but also resists it as impractical.
Just 1 week.
Why?
I can't explain to you why. I can't explain to anybody why, but I know it's something I have to do.
Why can't you be like everyone else?
I have to try again, Nicholas. I have to go. I have to be in life. I have to make life. It's about beauty and mystery and your spirit and something in you which can't be denied and which I have up to now failed. I have completely and utterly failed.
This is a romantic film, first and foremost. The mysteries of love and marriage, how we meet and how we stay together. But it's also about faith. The arrival of God in some people's lives means the departure of God from others. And the film also asks the audience to take a huge leap of faith themselves. The men in the film have visions, they're haunted. And it's the women who are grounded, not least Bonham Carter's Margaret, who risks letting her hard-won practicality get in the way of doing the right thing. Four Letters of Love takes some big swings that might be easier to accept surrounded by a novelist's prose. But if you're prepared to go along with it, you'll be rewarded by a rare kind of romance.
Right. I want you to listen to me and say nothing. When I met him, when he fell for me, your father, he said the poems wrote themselves. They poured out of him. And I took that as a sign. But when they stopped, that would have to be a sign too. I thought that love was poetry and moonlight. It's not. Falling in love, well, that's the easy part. The hard part is what follows. You have to make a marriage. The fact is, wives, they create the husbands. They begin with the blundering and well-meaning, sometimes charming, sometimes irresistible handsomeness they have fallen in love with, and that is fine. But then begins the work. That work is years long. Years. Years. In my case, 36 years. And counting. Years of hard labor to make the man I could live with.
4 Letters of Love is rated M for suicide references. You'll find it playing in discerning cinemas across the Motu from this weekend.